خالفتم أقوال الشيوخ فأنتم.
All right, we got Ezra.
Yo.
Yo, are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Nice, man. How can I help you today?
What's going on? Why is Christianity satanic?
Because I personally think that eating God and drinking his blood is very satanic. Do you think so?
Is that objectively wrong?
What do you mean by objectively? I don't know what that means.
Like, based on what moral standard are you judging this?
No, I said I just personally think it's satanic. I think a lot of people...
Okay, I don't care about your opinion. Why would I take your opinion?
So before we get to if it's objective or not, do you eat God and drink his blood?
Sure.
Do you believe in transubstantiation?
Yeah, I believe that the body and the flesh are literally his body and flesh, yeah.
Right, so you believe that the bread literally becomes God, right?
Sure, I'm an EO, yeah.
Okay, and you eat God.
Sure.
And it's not a symbol, you're actually eating God, right?
I am literally eating God, but
And
is
you're-
that objectively wrong?
Good, and you're literally drinking his blood too, right?
Of course.
Good. So you agree that you're a cannibal?
No.
Oh, so what definition of cannibal would you not fit?
Right, because we're not eating a corruptible body and we're not literally eating a physical...
Sorry. When did cannibal mean eating a corruptible body? Sorry.
According to you, what's the definition of a cannibal?
Whose definition is eating a corruptible body?
Am I literally eating a human or am I eating God?
You're literally eating a human who's God.
Yeah, but who's also God, right?
Yeah, but he's a real human, right?
Right, but he's a non-corruptible human.
That's
he's also
fine.
God.
Is he a real human?
Yeah, but he's an
Good.
immortal
Is
human.
cannibalism eating a real human?
A corruptible human.
What definition is that? Sorry.
You're not allowed to eat a corruptible
Okay,
human.
whose definition is that?
The definition of the church.
Okay, so you're changing the definition of cannibalism, so
changing
you're not a
anything, bro.
cannibalism, right?
No. Cannibalism.
So
is
you're
eating-
changing the definition of cannibalism, so you're not called a cannibal.
Okay, let me explain it, right? Listen to me, right?
Yeah.
So cannibalism is literally eating a human.
Yeah, and
but we're not-
you just affirmed that you're literally eating a human. It's not a
Yeah,
symbol.
but I'm not eating a normal human. I'm eating God.
It doesn't matter. And he's consubstantial with us, right?
Wait, but am I eating
Is
the
he
second?
is he
the second
consubstantial
person
with us?
between God?
Is he consubstantial with us?
He has a human nature, but it's
Yeah. So
perfect.
are you Chalcedonian?
What?
Are you Chalcedonian?
I'm an EO.
You're Eastern Orthodox, you're Chalcedonian. Does Chalcedon say that Jesus is consubstantial with us?
He has a human nature like us. Yeah?
Okay, good. So he's just as human as any other human, correct?
Sure, but he's a perfect
Good,
human. No,
good.
not
It doesn't-
like us. He's a
Perfect,
perfect
not perfect. In his humanity, he's just as human as anyone else, right?
No, not like you and me. He's perfect though.
He's perfect because he's sinless. That doesn't speak to his human nature. His human nature is just like me, right?
It's perfect though. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so he has the same human nature as me, right?
No, but yours is corruptible. His is not.
His nature is corruptible? Is
His nature
incorruptible?
is not corruptible. Yours is.
He has a different human nature?
It's not corruptible.
Does he have the same human nature or a different one?
No, same human nature?
Same
but it's
human
not
nature.
It's not corruptible.
So how is it the same but it's incorruptible?
It's
That's
not
different.
corruptible.
Is it the same or not?
It's not corruptible because.
Is it the same or not?
God
Is it the
controlling.
same or not?
In essence, yeah.
In essence,
But not
okay,
literally
so then the
same.
nature is the same. He just happens
yeah,
to be
okay.
sinless, right?
Sure.
Good. So then he's just as human as anyone else, as me, as you. He's the same kind of human.
Yeah, but the definition of a cannibal.
Do you
is
eat the human? Do you eat a human?
We eat God,
Yeah, who's a human, right?
who's also God.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to eat a human
I didn't
only.
say he's not. I didn't say he's not. According to you, sure, that's fine. Is he a human?
Sure.
Okay, good. So then you're a cannibal.
No, not in the literal sense because
What
I'm eating God, I'm not
what
eating
about the
human.
definition of cannibal? Actually, hold on. Let's go to definition of cannibal. Cannibal definition. Everybody, I want you to pay attention here. Oxford
Hey, by the way,
definition.
what does this argument prove? Like, Does that
Oh,
objectively prove
just doesn't matter. We just want to see the cannibal definition here. Okay.
you're just
Okay. Cannibal definition. One, this is, by the way, Merriam-Webster. One that eats the flesh of its own kind. According to Merriam-Webster, are you a cannibal?
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes. According to Merriam-Webster, are you a cannibal?
If the definition is to eat a human only,
No, the definition
I'm not eating
is...
a human
the
only, I'm eating
definition,
God.
in Merriam-Webster, the definition is one that consumes the flesh of its own kind. Are you a
Okay.
cannibal according to Merriam-Webster?
No, because I'm not consuming the flesh of my own kind. I'm
Jesus
consuming
is
the flesh
not
of
your
God.
own kind? You just
God.
You just apostated, man.
No, I did not. I did not. I agree that
Okay,
he
so
has a
then,
human
so
name.
then let's go back to Chalcedon. Does Chalcedon say that Jesus is the same kind as us?
Yeah, but that's not
Good.
the only thing.
I didn't say it's the only thing. Did I say it's the only thing? So in Chalcedon, because you're EO, Chalcedon says Jesus is consubstantial with us, of the same substance as us. He is just as human as we are. So are you eating the flesh of your own kind?
Okay, sure, but
By
he's
this,
also God,
according
which
to
makes it different.
according to Merriam-Webster, are you a cannibal?
Yeah, they believe that I am, but
Good.
according
So
to the logic of
So
Christianity,
is there
I'm not eating
good.
my kind.
Is
I'm
there
eating God.
is there any definition in any dictionary that doesn't deem you a cannibal?
As I'm saying, he's not a normal human like us.
I understand, but is there any definition in any dictionary in history that wouldn't make you a cannibal?
Any definition? As I said, the definition of the cannibal.
You don't just make up definitions. In any dictionary,
I'm not making up definitions.
You are.
What?
In any dictionary. Is there
No.
any dictionary that doesn't make you a cannibal?
The normal definition of a cannibal is to eat the human flesh.
Okay, and you would be a cannibal by that, right?
According to that logic only, but I'm not
Okay,
eating
good.
a normal human.
Okay, good. All right, good. So then I'm glad that you agree that you're a cannibal. That's all. And
According to your interpretation, not mine.
yeah. So for us, okay, it's just not our cup of tea. I think if you went around saying that in Christianity you have to be a cannibal according to all dictionaries, you have to be a cannibal, then I think people wouldn't want to be Christian. That's what I think. What do you think? Do you think you would agree or disagree?
I don't think that it's cannibal because we're not eating a normal human. We're
No,
eating
but
God.
you already agreed that according to all dictionaries you would be a cannibal.
If it's only the flesh, then yes. But I'm not eating a normal flesh. I'm eating God.
You're eating the same human flesh as yours.
Yeah, but it's a God. It's not.
It doesn't
a normal
doesn't matter if it's a god, if it's a donkey, if
Yes,
it's an
it does.
alien. It doesn't matter. That's
Yes,
not
it does.
that's not encompassed in the definition. The definition doesn't say you're only a cannibal if you're eating something that's just a human. The definition says you're a cannibal if you're eating the flesh of your own kind. According to you, Jesus is your own kind and you're eating his flesh, therefore you're a cannibal. If you want to
According to that definition only, but you'd have to
is
clarify.
there another definition that I haven't heard of?
You'd have to clarify what you're eating.
Okay,
it's not only that.
Is there another definition that I haven't heard of?
As I said, a definition according to Christianity, we're not
Okay,
called cannibals.
show me that definition. I want.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm clarifying what it means.
Okay, I want an official church dictionary, official church definition of cannibalism. Go ahead.
Bro, no one in the church believes that we're cannibals. No one.
Yeah, you're just ignoring it. You know you're a cannibal, but you just don't. You just ignore. You're not talking.
How am
about
I a
it.
cannibal
You know
if
you're
I'm not eating a normal
You
human?
already
I'm eating God.
you already admitted you're a cannibal by all dictionaries. You're a cannibal.
Yeah, if you take that definition only and you don't clarify,
There is
then
no
sure,
other
I'm
definition.
clarifying.
There is no other definition. It doesn't
No,
exist.
I'm telling you, you'd have to clarify what you
Okay,
mean.
I don't have to clarify because there's no other definition. It's
Yes,
just
you
one
do.
Okay, there's another definition?
No, but you'd have to
so
clarify.
so according to the same one definition, are you a cannibal or not?
If that's only the definition and you don't clarify, then sure.
Okay, you're a cannibal. Thank you.
No,
Is there-
I said you'd have to clarify.
All right, let's get into the conversation. Why are you not a Muslim?
I don't believe that Muhammad is a true prophet
Why?
because he contradicts the scriptures.
Like what?
Everything.
Like?
Like eating the flesh and blood of Christ. According to Christ himself.
Okay, so a true prophet has to be a true prophet, or is a true prophet if and only if he eats God.
According to Christ himself in the Bible, which the Quran confirms, sure.
Okay, the Quran confirms that you should eat the flesh of God?
Sure.
Show me that.
The Quran says that the Bible is the authority over the previous scriptures.
It does not.
It says that the Bible is the authority.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Do you use the Bible to prove the Quran?
Nope.
Why does it say then that you should go back to the previous scriptures to find Muhammad in the Bible to prove Muhammad
it's
for the
one
Jews
of-
and the Christians?
It's one of the means, not the only means.
Oh, okay. So is that an authority in that way?
No.
In that verse?
Nope.
No?
No.
I'll say it again.
No,
According to
I
that,
already answered. I said no. Why? You
I'll ask
you
the
don't have
question.
to say
Yeah,
it again.
I don't think you heard me.
No, I
don't
heard you.
think
You
you heard
said if you go back, does that make it an authority? I said no. What's the argument for that?
And why is Ibn Kathir saying that you'd have to, the Jews and the Christians, according to 1094, that you'd have to find the name of the Prophet in the Bible and his
We
description
do.
there?
We do.
Oh, you do? You
Yeah.
believe that he's in the Bible?
Of course.
Where?
All over. Do you want to start with Old Testament or New Testament?
Old Testament only. I don't like talking about the New Testament a lot.
You don't like New Testament at all? Okay, good.
No.
Can you go to Malachi chapter 3?
Wait, is that the part where Yahweh says that he's going to come?
Yeah, we'll see. Can you go to Malachi 3, please?
Is that the part where Jesus claimed to be the one in Malachi
Not-
3:1?
Jesus isn't speaking in Malachi. Can you go to
Wait,
Malachi
really?
3?
Wait, I'm saying, did Jesus claim in the New Testament that he's the one in Malachi
No,
3:1?
Mark is claiming about Jesus.
Wait, Jesus didn't say it himself?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it and then we can switch to the New Testament then.
No, sure. Can you go to Malachi 3?
I am there.
Okay, read the verses for me.
First verse, like from 1?
Yup.
Okay. Behold, which translation would you like me to read?
Any.
Okay. Behold, I'm going to send my messenger, and he will prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple. And the messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight, behold, he is coming, says Yahweh of hosts.
Who's Malachi quoting?
Okay. Here, Malachi is quoting God. He's saying, behold, I'm going to send my
No.
messenger.
Where is Malachi getting this prophecy from?
Where is he getting this prophecy from?
Yep.
I didn't memorize the Bible. I'm not sure. You can tell me.
Well, you've never read Mark chapter 1, where Mark
Oh,
uses?
you mean Mark? Malachi is before Mark.
No,
How did Malachi get
I said
Mark?
you've never read Mark, where he tells you where Malachi is getting it from.
I didn't memorize the Bible, no. But I
Okay.
know that Mark quoted
Isaiah,
this.
he gets it from Isaiah 40.
Okay.
Isaiah 40.
Oh, you
As-
mean where it says that he's gonna prepare the way for the Lord? That one? Oh,
That's-
okay.
So Malachi is quoting that prophecy.
Okay.
Now, what's the context of Isaiah 40?
Well, we can go there and read it if you want.
Okay, go. You should know already. You're already off to a bad start.
Bad start. What did I do, bro? What?
You should know what Isaiah 40 is about. It's
sure.
a very popular passage. I don't know how you don't.
You can tell me. I trust you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You can tell me.
Isaiah 40 is the first chapter in Second Isaiah. Second Isaiah starts in Isaiah 40 up until the end. It depends. Some believe in a third Isaiah, but that's besides the point. Isaiah 1 is from first Isaiah to 39, or Isaiah chapter 1 to Isaiah chapter 39, and then second Isaiah starts in chapter 40, where the theme is God is saving his people and the exile is ending. That's why it starts. So this is during the time of the Babylonian exile. Comfort, comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem. Proclaim to her that her service has been completed, that her sin has been paid for, and that she has received from the Lord's hand double for all her sins. A voice of one calling in the wilderness, prepare the way for Yahweh, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be raised up, every mountain and hill be made low, and rough ground shall become level, and rugged places a plain, and the glory of Yahweh will be revealed, and all the people will see it together, for the mouth of the Yahweh has spoken. A voice says, cry out, and I said, what shall I cry? All the people are like grass, and all their faithfulness is like the flowers of the field. The grass withers, and the flowers fall, because of the breath of the Lord blows on them. Surely the people are grass, the grass withers, and the flowers fall, but the word of God endures forever. You who bring good news to Zion, go up on a high mountain. You who bring good news to Jerusalem, lift up your voice with a shout. Lift it up, do not be afraid. Say to the towns of Judah, here is your God. See, the sovereign Lord comes with power. He rules with a mighty arm. See, his reward is with him, and he recompenses, and the recompense accompanies him.
Wait,
He
is this
tends-
talking about the same arm in 53?
Yes, it's the same arm. We're going to get there, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
glad you brought up the same arm.
Yeah, sure.
Who has measured the waters, and so on and so forth. Anyways, the point is, okay,
Right.
the Israelites are coming out of exile. Yahweh is making a straight path for them to come out of exile. Okay, this is the theme from Isaiah 40 up all the way to Isaiah 52, Isaiah 53, and so on and so forth. So do you agree that the context that Malachi is quoting, that when the messenger prepares the way, this is for the Jews to come out of exile?
Sure, according to what you read, sure.
Okay, good.
It can also be foreshadowing about something else, but sure.
Okay, good. Now, Malachi is quoting this prophecy, which means there's a double fulfillment, right? Because Malachi is after the Babylonian exile, correct?
Sure, it's possible that it's two prophecies at the same time.
Okay, good. So then there's another exile that the messenger will come prepare the way, correct?
Not necessary. It can be one exile as well. I can give you
One
examples.
exile, well, the first exile is Babylon. That's what
Okay.
Isaiah is talking about.
Sure.
So is it Babylon or is it two exiles?
According to what we read, it's one exile, I'm assuming.
So Malachi is talking about the Babylonian exile? Malachi came after Babylonian exile.
Malachi isn't talking about an exile.
Yes, he is. That's where he's quoting from.
No, he's saying that this is foreshadowing about Christ at the same time. He's not talking about
who's talking about Christ? Where did you get that from? Malachi is quoting from a prophecy about the Jews coming out of exile. Where did you get Christ here? What are you talking about? What? So is Malachi quoting this prophecy? And is this prophecy in the context of God preparing a way for the Jews to come out of exile?
Sure.
Does Malachi come after Babylon?
Yeah.
So then there's another exile that the Jews will be saved from.
Not necessary.
All right. So then what is this highway talking about?
It's talking about Christ coming.
Where is that in Malachi?
It's a foreshadowing prophecy.
Where is the foreshadowing?
As I said, it says that Yahweh will come,
Yeah.
right, with his arm.
Yeah, that's
right?
just like Yahweh came and he saved them from Babylonian exile.
No, he will literally come according to Malachi 1.
Where does it say he will literally come?
That's how the New Testament authors analyze it.
I know the New Testament authors don't believe Yahweh literally came. But that's another conversation. I'm
No,
asking
Christ
you.
himself said it.
No, Christ doesn't say it himself.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Do you want me to show you the verse?
Yeah, bring the verse where he says, I am Yahweh, I'm coming.
No, he says that I am the guy that the messenger will open the way for me. And he applies it to John the Baptist.
No, we know that John the Baptist is the one who's the messenger preparing the way for Christ. But Jesus doesn't quote this verse.
Are you sure he doesn't?
Nope, Mark quotes it about Jesus. Luke quotes it about Jesus. Matthew quotes it about Jesus. Jesus, as far as I know, never quotes it directly about himself. He just says that John is preparing the way for him. And I don't know why you're going
What about Matthew 11:10?
Yeah, he says that John the Baptist is a prophet. He's more than a prophet. And he is Elijah to come.
Yeah, like it says, this is the one about whom it is written. Behold, I send my messenger ahead of you who will prepare the way, your way before you.
Is it Jesus? Is it Jesus speaking there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the red.
Okay, if it's there, it's there. Then I don't remember. But the point is, okay.
It's Christ talking because it's in red.
Yeah, that's
Jesus
fine.
began to speak to the crowd about John.
No, it's okay. That's fine. So the point is, you said that Jesus says he is that Yahweh coming?
Yes, because he applies the prophecy to himself.
Okay, good. So if it says Yahweh is coming and Jesus applies that to himself, that means Yahweh is coming?
Sure.
Oh, you just baked yourself. Can you go to Exodus chapter 7?
Okay.
Yeah.
I baked myself out.
Yeah. Go to Exodus chapter 7.
Okay, what verse?
Go to verse, one second. Verse 17.
All right, let me read it. All right. Thus says Yahweh, by this you shall know that I am Yahweh.
Who's speaking?
Okay, it says Yahweh.
So Yahweh
Oh,
speaking,
I
right?
know this one. Yeah, this is agency here.
Wait, we'll finish. Who's speaking?
Yeah. It's Yahweh talking, and it says that he
Okay.
struck the Nile, and then
No,
Aaron.
read it as it's written.
Okay, sorry. Okay, and the fish that are in the Nile will die.
No,
and the Nile will
from the beginning.
Okay. Thus says Yahweh. Yahweh is talking here. Okay, this is what you want to hear. I know. By this you shall know that I am Yahweh. Behold, I'm about to strike the Nile, the water that is in the Nile, with the staff, and it is in my hand, and it will be turned to
In
blood.
whose hand? Who's the staff in whose hand?
All right, so Yahweh is talking.
So the
And
staff is in whose hand?
In his hand.
In Yahweh's hand, right?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
And the fish that are in the Nile will die, and the Nile will become full, and the Egyptians will be weary of drinking water from the Nile. Then Yahweh said to Moses, say to Aaron, take your staff and stretch out your hand over the waters of Egypt, over their rivers, over their streams, and over their pools, and over all their reservoirs of water, that they may become blood. And there will be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone.
In whose hand was the stick in?
Yeah, according to verse 17, it says Yahweh. But
And verse
Moses
19?
and Aaron, yeah, Moses and Aaron did it because they're agents of God. That's why.
But it says the staff is in Yahweh's hand.
Yeah, but this is very clear that it's agency because
Just
Yahweh
wait. Is Aaron Yahweh?
No,
But that's weird because it's Yahweh the staff is in Yahweh's hand.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, this is agency because the
But
text itself tells you that it is.
why should we think it's agency though?
Because the text itself says that it is. Literally,
Where
that
does
Yahweh
the
said
text
to
say it
Moses.
is?
In 19, Yahweh said to Moses.
Yeah, why can't Yahweh the Father speak to Aaron, who's the second person of Yahweh?
Bro, what?
Yeah, what's the problem?
It literally says,
Is that funny?
it literally says Yahweh said to
Wait,
Moses.
does the Father not command Jesus to do anything?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so if the Father commands Jesus, does that mean Jesus is not Yahweh?
No.
Oh, okay, good. So then, who is the Yahweh whose the stick is in his hand? Who's that?
Right, so he's not Yahweh, he's an agent of Yahweh.
Why do you say the agent? Where is agent?
I'm telling you why, because it's an order, right? Saying that Yahweh ordered Moses, right? And we know that Moses is not God.
Okay,
right?
and the Father orders Jesus. So what?
Yeah, but Jesus claimed to be God. Moses didn't
Okay,
claim to be
and Aaron here is claiming to be Yahweh.
No, Aaron isn't claiming to be Yahweh.
But it's the
because-
text says he's Yahweh. The text says
Can you
Yahweh.
prove that Aaron is Yahweh according to the Old Testament?
Yeah, because Yahweh says the stick in my hand, but then Aaron is the one holding the stick and
Yeah,
striking.
but in 19 it says Yahweh said to Moses, say to Aaron.
and in the New Testament it says the Father said to Jesus and he commanded Jesus.
Yeah, but Jesus himself claimed to be Yahweh.
Okay, and here the text is
Yahweh.
saying Aaron is Yahweh.
No, it's saying that Aaron is an agent of Yahweh.
No,
It's
it
not
doesn't.
saying
It
he is
says
Yahweh.
Aaron is Yahweh, and then the first person of Yahweh commanded the second person of Yahweh.
Okay, but based on what authority are you analyzing the Bible in that way?
Based on what the text says.
You're not an authority to analyze it that way.
No,
I can
it's
give
the text is clear. Just one second. Is there anything absurd about what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're analyzing that Aaron is Yahweh himself
Well, what's wrong with that?
What?
Why can't Aaron be the second person of Yahweh?
because he's not God and he
How do you
never
know
claimed to be
that?
God.
How do you know that?
The text never says that
Yeah,
he
it
is.
says Yahweh will strike with the Nile with the staff in his hand.
Bro,
And
even
Aaron is the one who strikes the Nile with the staff in his hand. So
Bro,
Aaron must be Yahweh.
even according to the Jews, they don't believe that Aaron is Yahweh.
Well,
So
it doesn't
basically-
matter what they believe. And the Unitarians don't believe Jesus is God. And the Arians don't believe Jesus is God. doesn't
But
it?
that contradicts the scripture, and you don't have.
Well,
an
no, it
authority.
doesn't. It says Aaron is Yahweh here. Is
No,
that
it
absurd?
doesn't.
Is that an absurd reading?
Yeah, it is.
Why?
I'm telling you why. Because if you read the Old Testament from its first chapter, you know
Show
that
me, show me anywhere in the Old Testament where it says Aaron is not Yahweh.
Aaron is a prophet.
Jesus is a prophet. Doesn't mean he's
Yeah,
not
but he
Yahweh.
also claimed to be God. Aaron didn't claim to be God.
The text is saying he's God.
No, the text is saying that he's an agent that
No, it
obeys
doesn't
God.
say agent. Doesn't say
Yes,
that.
it does.
Where does it say that?
Yeah, I'm telling you because Yahweh said to Moses, "Say to Aaron, take your
Okay,
stuff."
and
get
the
out of
Father
the
says to Jesus.
Yeah, but Jesus claimed to be God. Aaron didn't
And
claim
here
to
the
be God.
text is saying Yahweh, Aaron is Yahweh.
Bro, what is this argument, man? Come on.
No, is it absurd?
It is absurd.
Prove me wrong.
Can you show me an authority that agrees with you?
Right here, the Torah, the authority. It's saying with Yahweh.
Yeah, but who gave you the authority to analyze
the
it?
authority of Yahweh. Ready?
You know what?
Thus says here. Let's read it again. Thus says Yahweh. By this you will know I am Yahweh. With the staff in my hand, I will strike down So Yahweh speaking, he says, when I do this, you will know I am Yahweh. So
Bro, there are examples like this in the Quran where Allah says that He's going to do something.
This is Aaron claiming to be Yahweh. Aaron is speaking. He says, by this you will know I am Yahweh. With the staff in my... Whose hand was the staff in?
Bro, there are examples like this in
just
the Quran
listen,
where Allah says that He's going to do something and He sends an army to do it.
So in Mark and Malachi where it says Yahweh will come, somebody else will come. Thank you.
No, but it's different in the case of Christ. He claimed to be Yahweh Himself, which makes the case different.
Where does he claim? All right, where does he? And Aaron here claims to be Yahweh too.
No, he doesn't. He never.
He
claimed
does.
to be Yahweh.
Okay, we'll see. Whose hand was the staff in?
Bro, it's just say that
whose hand
Yahweh
was
is ordering Moses and Aaron.
whose hand was the staff in?
Okay, it's in the staff of Aaron.
Aaron. Okay, watch this, guys. The staff is in Aaron's hand. By this you will know I am Yahweh. With the staff in my hand. Well, it's Aaron's hand. So Aaron is actually speaking here. He's claiming to be Yahweh. And he's saying, you will know that I am Yahweh when I strike the Nile. Aaron is talking and he's claiming to be Yahweh.
Bro, what?
Yeah, Aaron is talking. He's claiming to be Yahweh. What's the... Can you refute me, please?
I did refute you.
All right.
According to... Yeah. First of all, it's your own interpretation of the Bible.
It's not mine.
Second,
It's what it says. It's not my. I'm not eisegeting anything.
Let me talk. So you don't have an authority to back you up. You don't have a scholar to back you up.
No. It's not enough. The text says Aaron is Yahweh and Aaron claims to be Yahweh.
Does it literally say that Aaron is Yahweh?
Yep.
Or is that your interpretation?
Yeah, that's what it says.
No, that's your interpretation. You're
okay.
adding to
Whose hand was the staff in?
Bro, that's your own interpretation,
okay,
man.
Well, we'll see. Whose hand was the staff in?
Okay, according to verse 17, Yahweh says He's going to strike and the staff is in His hand.
Okay, whose hand was the staff in?
Right, so Yahweh says in 17 that it's in His hand.
Okay, was the staff in Aaron's hand?
In verse 19, yeah.
Okay, whoever has the staff in his hand, does he say, I am Yahweh?
No, it depends on the context and the verse, no.
So the person with the staff in his hand, he doesn't say, I am Yahweh?
Having a staff in your hand doesn't make you Yahweh.
I didn't say it makes you. I said here in this context, the person who has the staff in his hand, is he saying, I am Yahweh?
No, he's not.
He's not? Read verse 17.
17 he is,
read verse 17.
In 17 he is, in 19 no.
What do you mean in 17 he is, in 17 no? What are you talking about?
In 17, the one having the staff in his hand is Yahweh.
So Yahweh had a staff in his hand, and also Aaron had a staff in his hand?
Not literally, because he's not the one that fulfilled the prophecy.
Okay, good. So the one with the staff in his hand, does he say, I am Yahweh?
In 17, sure.
Okay, is Aaron the one with the staff in his hand?
He's the one that fulfills this.
Yeah, because he's the one who has the staff in his hand, right?
Yeah, but...
So Aaron is Yahweh.
No.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Aaron is hallelujah, brother. Aaron is Yahweh.
Bro.
So can you prove me wrong?
Yes.
Can you prove that Aaron isn't Yahweh?
Yeah, because he's just a prophet.
How do you know that? How do you know he's just a prophet?
He never claimed to be God.
He did right here. He says, "I am Yahweh."
No, that's Yahweh ordering him to do things, but
yeah, that's the first person of the Trinity commanding the second person of the Trinity, who's Aaron, to do something.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
No.
The Trinity is Father, Aaron, Son, only begotten Son, Aaron, and Holy Spirit. So the first person, who's the Father, is commanding Aaron, who's the second person,
Bro,
to do something.
Have you heard of a thing called agency in your life?
Yeah, I know. Oh, agency. Oh, okay. So let's apply the same agency to Mark, where it says Yahweh will come, preparing the way for Yahweh. We understand that it's not actually Yahweh, it's an agent of Yahweh. Thank you.
Okay, I believe that Christ and his nature is
checkmate.
It's not checkmate. No, because that's not the only verse.
Okay, then prove Aaron is not Yahweh.
Because he didn't claim to be Yahweh.
He does. Right there, he claims to be Yahweh.
Okay.
And even if he doesn't claim to be Yahweh, let's say, doesn't make him not Yahweh.
Okay. As I said, it depends on the context and the whole Old Testament.
So can you prove to me Aaron is not? Can you prove to me Aaron is not Yahweh?
Yeah, he doesn't have the name of Yahweh in him.
How do you know that?
It doesn't say that.
It does right there. It says no, you will know.
Agency.
I am Yahweh.
Every scholar it is.
Okay, let's try this again. The person with the staff in his hand, is that person saying, I am Yahweh?
In 17, sure.
Are they two persons with two staffs in their hand?
No, because
So there's only okay, good. So there's only
he's
one.
talking in a hyperbolic language. He's not the one that fulfills the
Is
prophecy.
there only one person with a staff in his hand here?
Yes.
Okay, that one person with the staff in his hand, does he say, I am Yahweh?
In 17, Yahweh is talking in a hyperbolic language
I didn't ask that. Where does it say hyperbolic?
because he's not the one that fulfilled
How
the
do you know
prophecy.
that?
Because he ordered Aaron to do it.
How do you know Aaron is not the Yahweh who's speaking?
Because Aaron is not God according to the Old
How do you know
Testament.
that?
It doesn't say that.
You're begging the question. You're saying he's not God
No,
because
I
he's not
don't.
God.
We got a tradition and we got authorities
The
that analyze the
tradition,
Bible.
your tradition says Aaron is not Yahweh?
The church never says that.
Show me where the church says Aaron is not Yahweh.
Because the church only believes that the Father and the Son and the Spirit are
Okay,
Yahweh.
show me where it says Aaron is not Yahweh.
It doesn't need literally to say that Aaron is not Yahweh. It says that
Okay,
only
good. So how do you know Aaron is not Yahweh here?
because the church says that the Father and the Son and the Spirit are not Yahweh.
Yo, this guy's getting baked right now.
How am I getting baked for what?
Yo, could you please, you see how absurd your argument is now? Do you guys see, right? How when I
How
told
is it
him
absurd
Aaron is
if I'm
Yahweh,
backing my argument
he
is
got shook. He's like, what? He's like, what? Aaron is not Yahweh. He's a man. Oh wait, my God is a man.
Wait, when did I ever say that?
Aaron is not Yahweh. He's just a prophet. Oh wait,
When did I ever say that
My
he's
God
a
is a
man,
prophet.
therefore
Oh
he's
wait,
my God?
my God is a prophet.
Bro, when did I ever say that?
Oh, Aaron is not Yahweh because God commands him. Oh wait, shit. My God commanded my other God too.
Nah,
Oh,
you're just trolling now, bro.
No, I'm not trolling. I'm showing you how absurd your doctrine is. You
Right,
don't.
okay, when
you
did
don't
I ever?
ap-
Okay, wait,
you
wait.
don't
When did I
apply
ever
the
say-
same methodology when it comes.
No.
to
Wait.
these
When did
texts.
I ever say that Aaron is not God because he's a man? When did I ever say that?
You didn't say that. You're right.
Okay, sure. So why
But
are you saying?
You said he's a prophet, right? That's why he's not.
Okay,
Yahweh.
sure. And he never. I
Is
said
your
that.
God, is
I
your
said
God a
literally-
prophet? Is your God a prophet?
I said literally verbatim that he never claimed to be God, and the authorities never
Right
said
here.
that he
You're right here. The text we're reading is Aaron claiming to be Yahweh.
based on your interpretation.
No,
yes,
not based on
mine
my
and the church, no.
interpretation, based on the text.
Okay, show me any authority that believes in your interpretation. Go ahead.
Nobody, just me.
Oh, okay. So I don't care about you. What?
Okay, and I don't care about you saying that the Lord will come means Yahweh will come.
Like imagine this. Like when I go to the Quran, am I allowed to analyze it? On my
Here,
own,
you
or I
want
get
an
the
authority who
serious-
supports my interpretation? Joel Marcus, who's a Trinitarian, in his commentary on the Gospel of Mark from chapter 1 to chapter 8, he says that here this
Wait,
is
who's the guy?
referring to agency. Joel Marcus in the Anchor Bible
Okay.
commentary. He's a Trinitarian. He admits that this is referring to agency in Mark 1. We have Adela Collins, who is probably the giant on the commentary of commentaries on the Gospel of Mark. Adela Collins says the same thing, that here Mark is applying agency.
Wait 1 second. What religion is this guy Joel?
He's a Trinitarian, Joel Marcus.
Yeah, but what kind?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know he's a Trinitarian though.
I mean, there are a lot of heretical Christians.
He's a Trinitarian. He also thinks that Jesus is Yahweh. Doesn't matter if he's an Orthodox, if he's a Catholic, if he's a Protestant. Let's say he's a Protestant, his Protestant doctrines don't have a bias towards this interpretation. He's just like you.
Not
He
saying
thinks
what
that
he
so if you're gonna he's a Protestant, well, it doesn't matter if he's a Protestant, because he, like you, thinks Jesus is Yahweh. But even when he thinks Jesus is Yahweh, he admits here that this is not a viable reading of the text. Okay, Adela
Yeah,
Collins,
but-
same thing.
I said I need an authority like a church father, not a literal Protestant scholar, bro.
Church, first of all, why would we expect a church father who thinks Jesus is Yahweh to say that this is not calling Jesus Yahweh?
When you're analyzing,
This is like asking me, this is like me asking you, show me a Muslim scholar who said the Quran is not from Allah and it has mistakes. What? Why would they say
that's not
that?
what
They're
I'm-
Muslims.
Okay.
They're
They
Muslims.
wouldn't say that because that's not the way to analyze the text, and they're the ones who gave us the text.
So please, this is just an appeal to authority. Can you please tell me what is the methodological difference between me asserting Aaron is Yahweh and you asserting that Jesus is Yahweh here in this text?
You don't have an authority to analyze it. I'm giving you an authority who did.
Okay. My church father, who is his writings are lost, but through the oral tradition, he told me Aaron is Yahweh.
Wait, who's the guy? Tell me the guy. Tell me the apostolic succession of this guy.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so there's a guy who's called Jeffrey, who heard from Ananias, who heard from Marcus, who heard from Thomas, who heard.
Bro, you're
who
trolling
told
me right now, man. Come
No,
on.
it's my oral tradition. Can you please now tell me what is the methodological difference between me saying Yahweh
Oh my
is
God.
Aaron and you saying Jesus is Yahweh?
That's not a valid tradition because it doesn't go
Bro.
back to Christ.
Brother, is there a methodological difference in exegeting the text between me saying this means Aaron is Yahweh and between you saying that this means Jesus is Yahweh?
Yeah, we'd need to get the understanding of the early Christians who read the Bible.
Early, just besides that, is there? I'm talking about the methodology itself. The
you're not allowed to
exegetical
analyze the text at all.
methodology itself.
You're not allowed to analyze the text you didn't write.
Okay.
You're not the one who gave the text.
Okay. Is the analyzing of the text of your church fathers, is that infallible?
The church is infallible. The church fathers can make mistakes at some point, but during the church,
Okay.
they don't make mistakes in the teachings.
Okay. Now, this idea that the church is infallible, is that infallible?
Sorry?
The idea that the church is infallible, is that an infallible teaching?
It goes back to the apostles, the church.
Is that an infallible teaching?
Christ said that it is.
What do you mean Christ said that it is? Christ says that your church has infallible authority?
Says the church will never fail and will never fall.
Okay, and the Bible is produced by the church, right?
The church compiled the Bible. The
Okay.
Bible was already there.
Okay, so is the Bible infallible?
The Bible is infallible.
And it's
sure.
infallible because it's compiled by the infallible church, right?
Sure. Which has a tradition going back to the apostles.
Okay, so then the infallible church compiles the infallible teaching. It's true because the infallible church compiles the infallible teaching, and the teaching is true because it's infallible. And who decides that? The infallible church.
Yeah.
Okay. How is that not a circle?
It's not a circle because we got a tradition and we got the Bible.
Is your tradition infallible?
That tradition is backing up the Bible.
Okay. Is the Bible infallible?
Like, for example, the Sunnah is backing up the
Is the
Quran.
Bible infallible?
The Bible? Yeah, sure.
Who says it's infallible?
The tradition.
Okay, the tradition is infallible because the Bible is infallible. Why is the Bible infallible? Because the
No,
tradition
the Bible
is
is infallible
That's a
because the
circle.
tradition verified the Bible.
Is the tradition infallible?
The tradition is infallible, sure.
Okay,
The church.
and who decides that it's infallible?
The apostles and Christ,
And why are they infallible?
because it was on the laying of hands and they were verified by the apostles themselves.
Okay,
And they were taught
so-
by the apostles.
The apostles are infallible, right? Because Christ said they're infallible. How do we know
And-
Christ
and he
said they're
said also
infallible?
Christ-
Wait, how do we
Yeah.
know Christ said they're infallible? Because the infallible apostles told us that Christ said they're infallible, right?
Yeah, and because Christ laid his hand on the apostles.
How is that
and
not a circle?
It's not a circle because I got two
So
sources.
let's try this again. The apostles are infallible because Christ said they're infallible, correct?
Yeah, and Christ is God.
And Christ is infallible
Because he's God.
the apostles said what Christ said about himself, and the apostles who are infallible preserved what Christ said, right?
Sure, yeah. Christ
So the
verified
apostles
because
are
he's God.
infallible because they infallibly tell us what Christ says about them being infallible.
And the teachings only, sure, yeah.
How is that not a circle, bro?
It's not a circle because we got two
The
sources.
apostles are infallible because they're infallible, bro.
Because I'm not using the Bible only.
That's the point of the circle. You're using two things, and they're verifying each other. The apostles are infallible
The
because
tradition is verifying the Bible.
the apostles are
Not the
infallible.
other
Just wait. Then the apostles are infallible because of Christ. How do we know what Christ says? Because the infallible apostles told us what Christ said about their infallibility.
No, I'm saying that the
That's a
tradition
circle.
verifies. No, wait, it's not a circle because I'm saying that the tradition verifies the Bible, right?
Is the tradition
I'm using two
infallible?
sources.
Does the tradition infallibly verify the Bible?
The tradition infallibly verifies the Bible, yeah, sure.
And how do we know that it's infallibly verifying the Bible? Because the infallible
How
Bible
do we know
tells
that
us,
the
right?
tradition? No, because it's a tradition going back to Christ,
Is
which
it
is God,
infallible?
and he said, yeah, because Christ is God.
Okay, so the tradition is infallible because the infallible tradition infallibly tells us what the infallible Christ said about its infallibility.
Because Christ is God, yeah.
That's a circle.
How is that a circle? Can you explain?
Dude, you're all over you're all over the place. There's an infallible tradition. Why is it infallible? Well, because Christ said it's infallible. How do we know what Christ said? Because the infallible tradition infallibly tells us what the infallible Christ said about the tradition's infallibility. Circle.
Isn't that the same thing that you do?
I don't appeal to infallibility to explain
Okay,
and
so for
exegete my
example,
text.
like how do you verify the Quran from the Sunnah, right?
No.
Where?
I don't know what you mean by from the Sunnah.
Like from the Hadith.
We verify the Quran making a cumulative case based on the historical events that took place.
And the Sunnah, right? And the Hadith.
No, we do it based on the historical evidence that is provided.
Give me an example.
Not because there's an infallible corpus that we assume is infallible to take information from. We don't start saying, well, there's an infallible source here, and everything in it is infallible. Therefore, we take that and we verify the text. First,
give me an example.
An example of what?
Like how you verify the Quran.
Yeah, so for example, the Quran makes many claims, okay? The Quran says that if it had been from any other than God, then you would find contradictions in it. The Quran claims to be from God. The Quran makes prophecies. The Quran Let me finish, man. You asked me a question.
Okay.
The Quran makes verifiable and falsifiable claims. So then we make a cumulative case and we come to a plausible conclusion. We don't say the Quran is infallible because the Sunnah is infallible. Why is the Sunnah infallible? Because the Quran says it's infallible.
Okay, let's start one by one. The first thing you said is that it aligns historically, and you gave the first example, which is what? Can you say it again?
It aligns historically? No, these two things have
That's what you
nothing to
said.
do with each other. You said, how do you verify the Quran? I said
Okay.
you do it via a cumulative case based on the content within it.
Okay,
Because
let's compare. Let's compare it to the Bible.
it makes claims about itself, and these claims are either verifiable or falsifiable. So we
Okay.
approach these claims and we verify them or falsify them.
Okay, so if the Bible is reliable historically, then it's verifiable, according to you?
What? I
I
don't understand.
is
what you're
reliable,
saying.
if the Bible is historically reliable, is it reliable then?
If the Bible is historically reliable, is it reliable?
Yeah.
What? What are you asking me?
No, you're saying that the reason that the Quran is reliable because it aligns with history, right? Isn't that what you said?
No. I said the reason we could verify the Quran is via making a cumulative case based on the claims and the assertions and the content found. We could also use supporting historical data from the narrations and the documentation and the attestations that are in the time. So we come to a plausible conclusion based on the content and the claims and the assertions and the prophecies made and so on and so forth. We don't say the Quran is true because the Prophet said it's true. How do we know the Prophet is true? Because the Quran says it's true. That's a circle.
Okay. So can you give me an example and make a case on why the Quran is reliable?
So now we're exiting this argument of circularity. You concede. Now you want me to prove to you
No,
that the Quran
I'm
is
not
so
gonna
reliable.
concede. I'm gonna use the same arguments that you're doing to verify the Quran.
No, you can't because I don't say the Quran is true because my infallible mosque tells me it's true.
No, okay, sure.
Just wait.
Give me an example.
Does any Muslim ever claimed the Quran is true because my infallible mosque or my infallible sect told me it's true?
No, they say it's true because of its prophecies, for example.
Okay, and do you say that your tradition is true because your Jesus said it's true?
Okay, my first claim was it's reliable because we have an apostolic succession going back to the Messiah.
Is that infallible?
Which makes it reliable because we got
I'm
a
not
succession.
asking if it's reliable. I'm asking if it's infallible.
Infallible on its own, that's not how you prove that it's infallible, no.
Okay, then why are you appealing to infallible authority of the church?
I'm just giving an
when
example.
you just threw out infallible authority, dude. You just
No,
threw
I
it out
believe
in the
that it's
trash.
infallible, but that's not the only way to prove that it is infallible.
Let me tell you something. This infallible stuff, okay, throw it out. Why? Because A Protestant will bake you on this. A Protestant
What?
will come. I'll tell you why.
Can you please ask the Protestant how many like chapters in the Bible are there?
That's besides the point. The Protestant can even
Like
make
they
a
don't even know what the Bible is, bro.
Well, you're in the same boat. You don't know what the Bible
No,
is.
no, I know what the Bible is.
Well, you didn't have a canon until the Council of Trent, right?
Yeah, but the tradition was there and the teachings were there.
Oh, okay. Then Protestants can appeal to the same tradition.
And no, because
Yes.
the
Yes.
teachings were. We don't need the book for the tradition, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and Protestants can appeal to the same tradition.
Protestants don't even know what the Bible is.
You know, Protestants don't reject church father writings, right?
They do.
don't. No, they don't.
Majority of them do.
Nope.
Yes, they do.
Nope. They just don't look at them as some kind of divine revelation, as
Bro, I
authoritative.
speak to Protestants all day, bro. I don't see them
I
accepting
also
them.
speak to Protestants all day. Protestants like Anglicans, Protestants like Calvinists, Protestants like Lutherans. These guys don't throw out tradition. They're full of tradition.
So they affirm the church?
What do you mean they affirm the church?
Like they affirm the teachings of the
Yeah,
church.
they
that-
affirm the teaching of their respective church.
They believe
think,
that.
they think their church is a true church that holds to the apostolic teaching.
So they believe
for,
in everything.
for example,
the church believes
the
in.
Anglican church thinks that it has apostolic succession.
The Anglican?
Yep, the Anglicans, actually, funny enough, Anglicans do have apostolic succession because the early Anglican bishops protested from the Catholics, and
But
I
I don't believe that.
One second.
I don't believe that the Catholics are true Christians, though.
Okay, but do Catholics have apostolic succession?
Yeah, but we can debate on.
Okay, okay,
Well,
good. Okay, good. So let me just get this straight. How do you know a bishop is a bishop? By the laying of hands, right?
Yeah, sure. According to the Old
Okay,
Testament.
good. Okay, good. Did those bishops that left the Catholic Church and started the Anglican Church have the layings of hand?
The Catholic Church isn't even a real church, bro. I don't believe that it
Okay,
is.
just wait. Do they have apostolic succession? Are their sacraments valid?
The Catholic Church that came after Nicaea, you mean that one?
No, I'm talking about the Roman Catholic Church.
I don't believe that it's a true church.
Okay, do they have valid sacraments?
In a way, but not everything.
Okay, good. So then they have apostolic succession, right?
But I'm not sure that they're saved, though, according to
I'm
ER.
not talking about saved, they're not. Not talking
Okay.
about that. Do they have apostolic succession?
Yeah, but they're heretical in a way.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
it's not valid.
So
it's
then
like, for example,
so then-
asking if a Shia is
just
going
wait.
to heaven.
So then I'm not asking about heaven though. So then you have to agree that the Anglican Protestant Church has apostolic succession.
Bro, it's like asking if a Shia is going to heaven, bro. That's the same thing.
It's not.
It is.
It's
Are
not.
the Shias Muslims, bro?
We don't believe that any deviant sect has apostolic succession.
No, are the Shias Muslims, though? Do
No.
you believe that they are?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
But they say that there's no God but Allah and that Muhammad is a prophet.
Yeah, and Qadianis also say that, and Aryans also say that.
Okay,
we
so
believe
why
in
would
the-
I- okay, so
we
same thing. Why would I believe that the
Aryans,
Catholics are
Aryans also Arius says that I believe in Jesus, my Lord and my Savior, and He saved me from my sins. Arius says that too, but he's not a Christian. Is he?
Okay, so let's go back to the topic on
Yeah.
how do you verify the Quran, and I'm going to use the same standard to verify the Bible.
Yeah, I verify the Quran, making a. By the way, when you say verifying the Bible, what do you need to verify? I already believe the Bible has divine origin.
Well, no, I'm talking about the current Bible.
You mean the New Testament?
Yes, the current Bible that we have today in my hand.
Okay, verify the New Testament. Yeah, I make a cumulative case based on its content.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna use the same standard that you do.
All right.
So
use
verify
it.
the Quran.
All right, use it then.
Now, give me an example.
All right,
See if it's applicable to mine.
let's start with prophecy.
Okay.
All right. The Quran says in Surah Al-Rum that the Romans have been defeated in a nearby land. في أدنى الأرض, which also means in the lowest land, and within 3 to 9 years they will be victorious, and on that day the believers will rejoice.
But it doesn't say in 3 to 9 years. That's a tafsir,
It
right?
does. No, it's not a tafsir.
No, it says in the Quran في بضع سنين, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't say literally.
بضع سنين in لغة العرب. You could check any Arabic dictionary. You could check لسان العرب by Ibn Mandur. He
So it's a tafsir.
Yeah, no, it's not a tafsir. This is a dictionary. It's a lexicon.
Okay.
Yeah. بضع سنين refers to a period between 3 to 9 years in the tongue of the Arabs.
Sure. Okay, yeah, but it's not.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it's literally in the Quran. It's a tafsir.
No, it's in the Quran. It's not a tafsir.
In the Quran, it says 3 to 9 years.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Bid'i sinin refers to a period of 3 to 9 in the Arabic language.
According to the tafsirs and the Ibn Kathir, for example, and the Mufassirin, yeah, sure.
No, not according to Mufass, according to Lisan al-Arab, according to Arabic dictionaries. Bid'a refers to between 3 to 9.
Okay, so how do you know it's not 2? How do you know it's not 1? How do you know it's
Because
not 4?
that's the convention that the Arabs had.
That's the convention. Okay, sure, I can grant you that. Okay, so if a prophet...
Okay, good. So within 3 to 9 years, the Romans will be victorious. Now we know in the Byzantine Persian wars, the Romans were so weakened by the Byzantines, their emperor was unalived, their soldiers were tired out, that the Persians took their land so much that the Byzantines only controlled Constantinople. From controlling North Africa, from controlling the Levant, from controlling the Middle East and parts of Europe, their land was only Constantinople. They had no resources. They were on the verge of non-existence. Okay, historians say that it's a miracle that they came back. Now, if you asked an analyst at the time, he would have said yes. Within a few years, the Byzantine Romans will disappear based on what's been going on, based on their lands, based on their army, based on their resources, based on the wars that they've lost. They'll probably disappear. The prophet makes an odd prophecy, an odd prediction. Instead of predicting what is plausible, he says within 3 to 9 years, the Byzantine Romans will be again victorious. And on the 7th year, somehow miraculously, the Byzantines come back, appoint a new emperor, and they somehow come back and recontrol all their lands, and they unalive the Persian king by turning his son against him. So this is a prophecy fulfilled in detail that is time-bound. This is only one. There is hundreds. We could talk about the prophecy of the siege of Baghdad. We can talk about the prophecy of the Bedouin Arabs. We can talk about the prophecy of the Arabian Peninsula spitting out its wealth. We could talk about all of those. The point is, this is a prophecy that you cannot explain any other way. Now, if we go to the New Testament, Jesus says that he will return in the lifetime of the disciples, and he doesn't. Is that a failed prophecy?
Okay, we can talk about it, but I wanted to talk to you about the prophecy of Daniel 9 that says the exact timing of the Messiah, when will he come, right? You know about it?
Yes, that's not a prophecy about the Messiah.
You don't believe that Daniel 9 is about the Messiah?
No.
Okay, what is the evidence of that?
No, you could make the argument. It's not, the numbers are not going to be in your favor.
Okay, so what is the pinpoint then? Like, how do you start counting there?
Well, you start counting from how it tells you to start counting. It says from when the time the commission goes out to rebuild the temple, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that happens.
So talk about the order, right?
Yeah, that happens in Cyrus the Great time.
You have evidence of that?
Yeah, it says it in the Bible.
Show me.
Here, I got you. I
Okay.
think it says it in
Ezra? Ezra 7:13?
Ezra, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I got it
So
here.
are you,
It's also-
before we
everyone-
go into Daniel 9, are you going to address anything I said?
I mean, I can grant you that it's a prophecy. I don't have a problem saying that it is.
It's a true prophecy?
Sure.
So the Prophet Muhammad made a true prophecy?
Sure, I can grant you that. I don't have a problem
Where
with
did he get that from?
that. I mean, you can make a prophecy. It doesn't make you a prophet, though, necessary.
Wait 1 second. So the Prophet Muhammad makes an odd prophecy that's unpredictable, and what's the explanation? He guessed it or what?
He can guess it, yeah, sure.
He guessed it.
I
Okay.
mean, if you show me more than one, then probably he didn't.
Okay, well, we can show you more than one. But now
Sure.
can you address my counter argument before you give me a new argument now?
Which counter argument?
That Jesus makes a false prophecy.
What verse is it?
Matthew chapter 20. Wait, here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you show me more than one prophecy that Muhammad did, then probably he's not.
Okay.
And by the way, what do you think about the readings that say that غلبت الروم? It doesn't say غلبت الروم.
Yeah, what about it?
Like there are some translations that say that غلبت الروم,
Yeah.
meaning the Romans wasn't defeated, but the Romans won.
Yeah, what about it?
Yes. Do you believe that that's a false narration of this
No,
Quran?
it's not. It's not. What's the contradiction?
The contradiction is that in verse 2, in your translations in Hafiz, it says غلبت الروم,
Yeah.
meaning the Romans have been defeated.
Yeah.
But there are some traditions that say that this verse reads differently, which says غلبت الروم,
Yeah.
meaning the Rome won, wasn't defeated.
Yeah, so regarding At-Tabari actually speaks about this. He says that this reading is not massively transmitted from the Prophet. You could find that in Tafsir At-Tabari. Second thing is, I wouldn't see an issue with it if we apply the same kind of typological fulfillment that Christians use. Like if I were to apply a typological fulfillment to that, even though that it's not a massively transmitted reading, like what would be the problem? Like you literally.
But do you believe that it is a reading?
No, it is a reading. It's just not a massively transmitted reading.
So it is a reading.
Yeah, there's many readings. I'm saying it's not massively transmitted.
So like you believe in it or you don't believe in it?
No, it's
As a
not.
source.
It's not massively transmitted. So why would
Okay,
I,
so it's
why
not
would
a
I think
source.
it's a
Okay,
valid
it's
reading?
fine.
But
Sure, we can
anyways,
go back to that.
can you go here?
What verse?
Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Let me just.
You're from Libya, right?
Yeah, can you go to Matthew 16, verse 27 and 28?
Matthew 16, verse what?
27 and 28.
27, 28, let me see.
Yeah.
For the Son of Man is going to come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then will then repay each one according to his deeds. Truly I say to you, there are some of those who are standing here who will not taste death until they see this Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
All right, so Jesus says that he's explaining the events leading up to the second coming. Then he says that he will come and he will judge the world and repay them according to what they have done. So he's going to reward them according to what they have done. He says, truly I tell you, some who are standing here will not taste death until they see these things taking place.
Okay.
Okay, they all died.
So you're saying that those people died,
Yeah.
they did not see the Son of
Yeah,
Man
well, he's
coming?
talking to his disciples specifically.
Oh, okay.
So the disciples all died, and I'm pretty sure everybody at that time died. Mary was assumed into heaven. The disciples all died, and those who weren't martyred ended up dying. So what's going on here?
How do you know, what context is he talking about? Is he talking about
The whole chapter is about him coming back.
coming back in the second coming, or
The second coming. Well, judgment is only going to happen in the second coming, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Sure.
Yeah, so he's saying the Son of Man is going to come back. He's going to judge everybody according to what they have done. Truly, truly, I tell you, no one or some won't taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
What about the next chapter? What is it talking about?
The transfiguration.
Okay, so how do you know it's not talking about that thing?
Because in the transfiguration, Jesus doesn't come back with the clouds and the angel and judge everybody according
It
to
doesn't
what
say
they
he's going to come in the clouds in 16,
have done.
though.
It does.
Where?
Verse 27. For the Son of Man is going to come in his Father's glory with his angels. Then he will reward each person according to what they've done. This is a quotation, or the same rendering you'll find in Mark, where the Son of Man is coming with the clouds and the Father to judge everybody according to that. So this is the same theme from Daniel 7. So the point is...
Yeah, but if the context is talking about the transfiguration, since it's talking in the next chapter about it, then how, based on what?
What does the transfiguration have to do with this? The transfiguration is where Jesus and his disciples climb up a mountain, and he sees Elijah and Moses, and he transfigures his form, and there's light around him, and it symbolizes that he fulfills the Torah and the prophets. Moses represents the Torah.
Like it can literally mean that they're gonna see the power of the kingdom before their death.
But
It can be talking
it
about.
says that he will come to judge everybody according to what they've done with the Father and the angels. You understand that this is second coming, apocalyptic language from Daniel 7. Why would this have anything to do with the
About it, but
transfiguration?
doesn't necessarily need to be fulfilled in the same place.
Okay, so who from there standing witnessed all of these things coming back?
Okay, so as I said, it's talking about the transfiguration and
The transfiguration isn't Jesus coming back in his kingdom and judging everybody according to what they have done.
No, like, I know the prophecy in Daniel says that the Son of Man will come, to judge.
No, he says it here in 27. He says
In
he will
27?
come with his Father's angels and he will judge everybody according to what they have done.
And
Truly,
then
truly,
will
I
then
tell
repay
you,
his
some who
deed.
are standing here will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
Does any church fathers agree on this, that it's about his second coming?
No, church fathers don't want it to be about his second coming because they know it would be a false prophecy. So some have said it's about the transfiguration. Some have come up with different explanations, but the transfiguration doesn't work. First of all, it doesn't even make sense. Jesus is saying some here won't taste death, meaning others will taste death.
Yeah, but because there are like a lot of examples of this thing happening in the gospel. For example, the verse that says that it's talking about the hour and that no one, that they will all see the hour, but it's talking about the second coming. It's talking about something else. It's talking about the temple being destroyed. Like there are examples of this.
What does this have? He says some who are standing here won't die, meaning the others will die. Right? This is signifying a long time. Right?
Yeah, I know, but some verses could be talking about something else, and at the same time, the second verse after it can be talking about something else.
Why? So Jesus is saying, this is what's going to happen in the second kingdom. This is what's going to happen. Then this will happen. Then that will happen. And then finally this will happen. Then he says, some standing here won't die until they see the Son of Man come in his kingdom. And somehow he's talking about something else. Somehow now he's talking about
because
something
it's clarified.
different.
It's clarified in chapter 17.
It's not clarified. Actually, the context clarifies that Jesus is talking about all the events leading to him coming in his kingdom. And then he says, some standing here won't die. Which, by the way, corresponds with Mark, who's saying, this generation will not pass away until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
Okay, how do you know it's not what the church fathers said that it's about?
Because
the power
there is no judging. There is no coming
No,
with
I
the
know that
clouds
the
with the
judgment
Father.
is about. I know that the judgment is about the last day.
All right. So why?
Judgment day.
All right. So then you would have to concede this is a false prophecy.
No, because I would take the authority which analyzed the Bible on this.
What authority, dude? What are you talking
But
about?
the fathers.
What father? The fathers are just trying to figure out why Jesus is making a false prophecy.
It's not because the tradition doesn't say that it is a false prophecy.
Okay, did anybody not die and see Jesus come back in his kingdom?
That's not the point. The point is that it's talking about the transfiguration and the power of the kingdom before their death at the Pentecost that happened in Acts 2:32 and 33.
There was judgment there?
Not judgment.
Jesus came with the clouds with his Father?
No, the power of the kingdom was shown. The judgment
That's
for
not what
the
it
last
says.
day.
It says Jesus will come back with the clouds, with his Father, and he will judge everybody.
It doesn't say that in the verse. It doesn't say that he will come with the
does.
clouds. Where does it say that? Show me.
In the corresponding with Mark.
It doesn't say that. I'm going to read it again.
So let me get this straight. When Jesus comes back and judge everybody, is he going to come with the clouds?
In the last day.
So Mark 16:27 doesn't have to mention the clouds for us to know that he's referencing that, right?
It doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to say clouds. We know that he's referencing that event when he comes with the clouds. He mentions enough things for us to identify. He says he's coming with his Father, he's coming with angels, and he will judge everybody. We know that's Danielic apocalyptic language, where elsewhere he says he's going to come with his angels.
Yeah, for example, he quoted that he is the Son of Man, but it doesn't necessarily imply that he fulfilled all the prophecies of the Son of Man. Doesn't necessarily imply that.
Who said that? I'm saying he says that he will come back with his father's angels with the glory. He will judge everybody. And truly, truly, I tell you, some standing here won't die until this happens.
Okay.
So who didn't die and saw this happen?
And he's referencing the power of the kingdom of God that happened in Acts 2
But,
and the
oh my
transfiguration.
God, he says that he will come back and judge. He's not talking about that. He's talking
no, he's
about
not talking-
he's talking about
the
when he comes
judgment
back
is
and
for-
judge.
The judgment is for the last day. It's not for this time.
Okay, so who saw Jesus come back and judge?
In Pentecost. No, it's not about judgment here.
No, but he says it is. He says some standing here won't die until this happens. What he's talking about before.
What verse are you talking about? Let me read it
Verse, oh my God, verse 27 and 28.
again. Okay, for the Son of Man is going to come in the glory of his Father with his angels and will then repay each one according to his deeds. But I'll say to you, there are some of those who are standing here will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
There you go.
So in 27, he's talking about the last day, and 28, he's talking about what happened in chapter 17.
What? Where do you get that from?
From
What?
the church fathers.
What church
The-
fathers? He's talking about him coming back in his kingdom.
In 27, but 28 is
listen.
talking
When
about
does-
something else.
In Daniel 7, when does the Son of Man bring his kingdom?
Sure. No, the Son of Man brings his kingdom in Daniel 2:35 when he established the
Yeah,
kingdom.
when he brings his kingdom, he comes with his Father's glory with the clouds, and he judges everybody, and all nations will serve him. Right?
Yeah, but you see, this is different. Like in Daniel 2:35, it's talking about the
What
establishment
different?
of the
He's,
kingdom.
bro, the whole chapter is him explaining his second coming, event by event by event.
Okay, let me say it.
The very last verse, he's now saying, some standing here will not die until all of this, what I told you, until all it happens.
Okay, let me say it again. Daniel 2:35 says that the Son of Man will establish the kingdom of God in his first coming. But Daniel 7 says that he will judge. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a first coming and a second coming. It doesn't necessarily need to be fulfilled at the same time.
And when does judgment happen?
The last day. But in 20,
Okay,
in
good.
verse
So
27
Jesus,
Matthew
in verse
16,
27, does Jesus include the judging as part of him coming in the kingdom?
Okay. In verse 27, it's talking about the last day. In 28, it's talking about the context of chapter 17, which is the transfiguration.
And where do you get that from?
From the tradition.
Where do you get that from the text?
From the tradition. I don't need the text.
The tradition is theologically motivated. Where do you get that
Motivated?
from the text?
From the text in chapter 17 and in the Pentecost, in Acts, when Peter was at the
Yeah,
Pentecost.
where do you get from the text that Jesus is somehow now talking about something else?
As I said, because that's what the tradition is.
Yeah, but the tradition is theologically motivated.
What do you mean by motivated?
I'm saying obviously the tradition is not going to say Jesus has a false prophecy. They have to explain it somehow.
Okay, so can you give me a
I'm
valid
saying, where do you
reason
get that
why
from
I
the
should-
text?
Yeah, can you give me a valid reason why I should take your interpretation of the text and not
Because
the-
it's the clear reading of the text. There's nothing in
clear
the
reading?
text that indicates otherwise.
Yeah, but still, no. I can interpret the text any way I want. I can say that's talking about a different thing.
No, you can't interpret the
Yes,
text
I
any way
can.
you want. No, you can't.
I can interpret it in a different
No,
way.
you can't. No,
I can
you
say
can't.
that I can say that the Son of Man is Muhammad, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you need supporting evidence from the text. You can't just
No,
say
I
the
can
text
prove-
says something.
I can make an argument on Daniel that.
So then I can interpret the Bible to say that Jesus is a queer, for example.
You can interpret the Bible to prove that Christ is a false prophet.
Can I interpret the Bible to say Jesus is from planet Uranus?
No, not that way. No,
Why? Why can't I interpret it that way?
that because it's impossible. I'm not sure that it is
Why is it
possible
impossible?
because it doesn't mention any planets.
Oh, okay. So then the text, as long as there is supporting evidence from the text, you could make a case for an interpretation, right?
You can make a case, but
All right. So I'm saying what's your case?
My case is that I have a tradition to back me up.
The tradition is theologically motivated. That's just an appeal to authority. That's the case
Okay,
from the
can
text.
you prove to me that that tradition is not valid?
I already baked you on that. Your tradition
No, I'm
is
talking
secular.
about the interpretation being not valid.
What do you mean not valid?
Like verse 27 being about the last day, verse 28 is talking about the context of
Are you
chapter
meaning
17.
proof to you that it's not contradictory?
Yeah, like prove to me that the tradition.
That's
I don't argue
that's
the text is not-
never been the argument. And I could say, for example, it says in the Gospel of Mark, Jesus did this, and after a few days he did that. Can I say that in those few days he went to Mars, he slept there, took a nap, and came back? Is that impossible?
Bruh.
Just wait.
No,
Is that impossible? Is that a contradiction?
It's not impossible, but it's not a valid
is it a contradiction?
It's not a contradiction, but it's not a valid
So
interpretation.
that's not how we read a text. We don't read a text and understand it as long as it's not a contradiction. It doesn't work that way. You read a text how the author most likely intends it. Not as long as it's not a
let me say
contradiction.
this.
That's not
Let
how
me
you
say
read a
this again.
text.
You give an interpretation that, let me grant you that it aligns with the text, and the church fathers give an interpretation that aligns with the text.
No, I'm
Which
saying
one
it
should I choose?
doesn't.
Okay, let me continue. Which one should I take?
The
Yours,
one that aligns with the text.
Okay, so the church fathers align with the text.
They don't.
You align
Can you
with
give
the
the
text.
argument?
I am giving the
All right,
argument.
what's the argument?
27 is talking about the last day. 28
How
is
do you
talking
know
about the tradition.
That's circular, bro.
No, you're telling me to present the argument of
Yeah,
the
what's
fathers.
the argument from the text? What's the supporting evidence from the text, dude?
The supporting evidence from the text is that in chapter
So one
17,
second. If the tradition, let's say that the Arians won the war, the theological war, and the tradition became Arian, would you today be an Arian?
if they won against the church,
Yeah.
sure.
So the text of the Bible doesn't matter at all. As long
The
as
church is the
whatever church dominates is the true church, no matter what they say.
whatever the church says is right,
Yeah, I
and it's in a
can't argue with you then, bro. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. I can't. Yeah, bro. At that point, brother, there's nothing else to talk about, man.